Hey everybody, welcome to Big Valley Living. I'm JJ.
I'm Michelle.
And as you can see, bestowed upon us is what's left of the onions because we've eaten quite a few. On this side are the short day onions, and from about here over, those are all the intermediate day onions. The short day, they came to be of size a little bit faster than these because the amount of daylight, so they matured a little bit faster. But you can go look at our other video. We'll put it at the end of this one so that you can go check out the first one if you didn't. And I'm way more pleased this time than last year when we planted starts and it just didn't go well.
These look like real onions that you buy at the store.
Yeah, so
like really
this is about a softball size one here, and some of these will skewer up really nice or cut them up into salsa. And the red onions, I should have probably fed them a little bit more, but they're nice and hard.
Good.
They're awesome good.
Mm-hmm. We're going to use all the white onions for a salsa verde that we're getting ready to can up. In the next, 2 or 3 weeks probably, because it's time. All the tomatillos are looking good right now. It's time to harvest those. We don't have them growing, but we do want to make a salsa verde for you. It's grilled, and then we can it and just eat it all year. It's really good. Today, though, what we're going to do, we did want to show you, what did we plant, 254?
Right, so I actually planted them late. I almost ordered them too early, and so they held off, and then they delivered them, and I had to wait a couple weeks before I could get them in the ground. But I planted them a little late. So we planted them in mid-February, and we pulled these out 3 weeks ago. And
laid them out. We laid them out on a table. We pulled the shades in this room, turned a fan on, and we've kept an eye on them to make sure that they dry out. Because when they first came out, the skins are kind of wet. They just adhere to the onion. And now you can see that the skins are peeling off.
And the reason why we actually brought them in and have them under a fan on a table within the house is we've had temperatures over 100 degrees for we had a stretch there of 8 or 9 days. We're into our 3rd or 4th day now. So, you can't leave these out in 100 degrees and there's no wind or there's nothing to move anything around to dry them out. So they'll just burn up basically. So this was open. We put down a little bit of newspaper and laid them out flat and turned on the fan right over this table here. And it's worked out really well because they're nice and hard and dry, and they may have to dry a little longer. We'll find out more when we cut these up.
What we're going to do now, so now the necks are dry and the bottoms are dry. So I'll just show you real quick because we're just going to get to cleaning here. I'm going to cut them off at their belly button, kind of. This one's still just a tiny bit wet up there, so I'm going to leave that. And then we'll just take these hairs off, just like you find them at the store. And then we will put like onions in some bags that JJ got. And we'll come back in a few minutes and show you what we ended up with. And we'll be storing them in the pantry, a nice, cool, dark spot in the house, or a cool closet we've been talking about where we keep all of our seeds. It doesn't get opened very much. And it might be a really good place to store them and just grab them as we tend to eat them. So, all right, ready?
There we go.
We cut the tops off and bagged what onions were nice and dry when we cut off the scapes, the tops, and the bottoms. But some of them have a little bit of wetness either there's like a little bit of green or a little bit of yellow. Some of them flat out
A little bit
let
of
water
water.
out when I cut them. So we're going to give these a few more days. They have a lot more room now. There's not all that greenery to dry out. One onion over, can you pull that onion over here and just put it in the foreground?
Which one?
That one.
This one?
Yep. One was still very green. I mean, even the green onion scape part is really green. So we just left that to dry more. We also pulled off some of the seeds just so you can see what happens.
And they
They're
actually
very pretty.
seeded. The funny thing is, a couple of them seeded while they're laying on this table. That's just funny.
So anyway, a few things to let you know, because we're not going to put this video out until all the onions are dry. Some of them look a little wonky because they got sunburned. This red onion is a good example. However, we had one like this a few minutes ago that we peeled off the top layers. Oh, was that it? Or was this it? Oh, this was it.
Yeah, that was
it
it.
was numbers. Okay, so we're going to take the onions that don't look like they have a long shelf life, and we're going to make use of them over the next couple of days. Maybe make a pasta salad for JJ for lunch, or a cucumber onion salad. Wanted to show you this big guy. It was kind of dry here, but it's just a slightly moist. But the big reason we didn't put it into a bag is that it's still just the slightest bit moist out here. So we're just going to go ahead and keep it as is, let it dry out some more. We're not in a hurry. I mean, we've been patient already with these.
You know, keep the fan going. It'll be just like they've been in here for, you know, the couple weeks. And
We
it
put
may-
fresh paper down too.
we
should
changed
say
out
that.
the paper.
Changed out the paper, and then let's show
And then
them the bags.
We did get these bags though.
Got them on Amazon. And so these have hangers, and you can, this is how we're going to hang them.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go now and use some of these onions that just need to be used right away on a nice roasted tomato soup that will be coming your way soon. And we'll be back in a couple of days, let you know how many more days we dried out. And that will be the end of this year's onion harvest. So it's a few days later. We did need to let the tops of a lot of these onions dry out, but now we're really satisfied that we met the mark. One way to tell, see how easy that outer layer of onion peels off? That's a good sign that they are perfectly dry, you think?
Yeah.
And so what we're gonna do is bag them up. I'll let you talk about the bags.
So these bags that I got, they're not the most expensive thing in the world, but you know what? They're going to be good to hold onions. I wouldn't go about 3 to 5 pounds in these, because I'm not sure how they'll hold up, but we're going to take all of these onions and put them in like 3 to 5 pound bags, and we'll take and hang these up in one of our closets that we have that's dark and it's in the middle of the house, so it's cool. And that's where they'll be.
That's where we keep our seeds. So all of the white onions, except for the really small ones, will be used for an upcoming salsa canning session that we'll be doing, and we'll share that with you because it's a really, really good recipe. The red onions are nice and small, and I like that because we don't have to waste a half an onion or put it in the fridge overnight if we just want a little bit of red onion. Also, we like, when we buy pickles, we like Clausen Hearty Garlic dill pickles. If you can try them, please do. But it's so good that we actually will save some of the pickle juice after, you know, we finish some, and we'll pickle these up. We just throw them in the brine for a day or two, and they remain crisp.
Yeah, kind of like a refrigerator, you know, onion pickle. They're really good, especially want to put it on a burger or a hot dog or something like that. They're really nice.
Mm-hmm. And then finally on the yellow onions, again, the real small ones may go on a skewer. We might maybe cut them in half, but I don't think any of these onions are going to be around come September 1st. It's right now mid-July, and we'll use a lot of these onions in our day-to-day stuff.
Yeah, so these bigger guys we'll use, you know, like on a burger, because you can put a nice slab on a burger and be, you know, perfect. The rest of them, you use a couple of them and they go into whatever meal for you know, to replace a regular yellow onion.
that we would buy.
Yeah.
But yeah, these won't last long. And we've been eating these onions. We've been harvesting and eating these onions since mid-May. If there was a good looking onion out in the patch, I pulled it. We've been eating the chives. We ate a lot of the scapes, the chives. But I think the intermediate day onion, right? Or
Intermediate day is what we'll grow from now on. The short day did okay. I mean,
they were kind of
they're
lackluster.
really close.
Yeah.
But they definitely did better than the long day here.
Oh yeah.
If you had a choice between the two, I would probably go the intermediate. But if that wasn't available, I would short day is fine.
Would be okay.
But long day just doesn't do well here.
Yeah. Maybe up north, like in Spokane or Portland, where they have those much
Correct.
longer days.
Above the
growing
Oregon
days.
border with California, anywhere up past there, I would say use long day.
But thanks a lot for coming back and checking out the second part of the 2022 Onion Growing Fest. We appreciate you stopping by.
And I will say this, I'm sorry, I'm way happier with these, so we're not associated with them at all, but Dixon Dell, sent these to us. Well, of course we purchased them, but
they waited until, we've already talked about this in the
yeah,
first video.
They waited until it was when we should grow them and everything. So there is no way I will ever put a set in the ground again that you buy at your local hardware store. It just won't happen. Because these aren't the best, but I'm learning a lot from these, especially about feeding and when to do things. So I will definitely do this again.
Thanks for stopping by Big Valley Living. Please share this with your friends. If you have an onion story, please put it in the comments below. We appreciate that if you have any tips or anything. But until the next time, thanks a lot for stopping by. Please subscribe, like, share.
The bell.
And the bell. Ting, ting.
See you later, everybody.
Be kind.